Right, I have a new tool to show you this evening that I've made. A little while ago at my local recycling centre, I had the opportunity of buying two really nice sized billets. They're 150 millimeters in diameter and about 53 millimeters thick, and I thought that they would make a nice anvil. Now, I haven't got room in my shed for an ordinary anvil, so I thought I'd do with this one like I've done with many of my other tools, and that is made it so that it can be held in a bench vise. So what I've done is I've drilled the underside of the block and tapped it for 8mm threads, and fitted this box section of steel, which is 1.5 inch square, and obviously bolted it nice and tight to the underside. I also wanted a tool that I could use for stamping metal, like brass or whatever, letter stamping, and so I've made it a bit of a multi-purpose tool, obviously so it can hold like metal on the top securely, and have a guide that you can hold the stamps up against, so you can get letter stamping nice and straight. So next I got two pieces of 1/2 inch square mild steel bar. Well, I've got one piece here, and that piece is just a bit smaller because I didn't have enough. And one piece I drilled and tapped to accept 8mm stud, like that. And the other one is drilled through so that it can slide onto the stud. Now this piece here pushes through the box section on the underside there, and then you screw the other stud into the other side, like that. Next I lock the stud in the steel with two nuts on the underside there, like that. And then the top one can slide down over like that. And then you've got the nuts on the top. Like that. So you can even use that as a handle to pick it up and put it in the vise. And this is the clamp and guide for the letter stamping. And now I'll show you it in the vise. So it lifts into the vise like that and rests on the top, and then you lock it in the vise on the box section, and then I've taken this piece of brass as an example and just scribe it down, or you can do it with a pencil or whatever, and that goes under the clamp up to the line, and then tighten those up nice and square. Just tighten those up a minute. like that, and make sure you tighten it down evenly. So the brass is actually under the clamp and up to the scribed or marked line, and then just tighten it up. It's a bit uneven there. Like that. Nice and tight so that when you're stamping the brass plate won't move at all, like that. So now it's ready for stamping. The brass plate is held securely under the clamp, and you can use the clamp as a rest for the punches, so that you know that you're going to get all the letters in line. So they're held up against the face of the clamp, and then you can go ahead and do the stamping. Like that. And it's very easy. If you stamp a letter and it's not quite deep enough, it's very easy to actually get the letter again and find where it's been stamped and re-stamp it to get it looking good. So with the vice anvil, you have a nice solid working surface, a good strong adjustable clamp. You can obviously have whatever thickness of plate under there that you like, a nice thick piece of brass or aluminium or whatever, and you have a great guide and a rest for getting the letter stamping nice and straight. And now I'll just take that one out. Like that, and I don't know whether you can see that there, but you have nice straight stamping on the brass. So when you've finished the job, you just loosen the nuts off on the top, lift up the clamp and use that as a nice secure handle, and lift the bench anvil out of the vise and put it safely to one side.